Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Thursday workout. Today's workout programming does not have any testing in it, right? So what that means is if you missed a day earlier this week, or if there's something you know you're going to miss later in the week and you would like to get it done, then this is your day to do that. The block or the hour, other than the warm up and the cool down, is completely open. So I have all the maxes listed on the outlook for the week. So if you need to look at that and either plan ahead or make up from what you missed, go ahead and do that. Just make sure you talk to your coach of the class session that you're in and brief them on what your intentions are, and maybe talk about the warm up, because the warm up might need to be more specific for the exercise that you are doing alternate to the workout of the day. All right, so and then today the workout of the day is just some testing week sprint intervals. The intention for this interval segment is not to beat you up, right? It is to make you work hard for a very short amount of time in a manner that you can recover from easily, and that will not interfere with any of the testing that's going on later in the week, okay? So warm up is gonna be 3 rounds through some jumping jacks, just nice and easy bounces with the shoulders moving. Knee hug first, 8 reps on each leg, and then quad pull second, again 8 reps on each leg. Step back swivel. This is a little bit of a coordination and a balance exercise. So I'm stepping back and across and then swiveling down, right? And then the elevated version of this is step back, swivel, and all the way back around to the front, right? And I want you to get it in both directions, 4 reps on each side. There's twisting, there's vertical motion, there's lateral motion. There's a lot of ways that you can fall down on this one. So the point of this is we're taking our body through a pretty wide range of motion in all those different planes, and then returning to the starting position. You may get a little bit dizzy, so slow it down if that happens. And if you find yourself stumbling, then just make it a little simpler and a little slower, right? I'm stepping across that line, pivoting, tapping my knee, and that's it. That's the basic version, okay? Last one, band kettlebell hinge drill. Hugely beneficial drill for working on the hinge position of the kettlebell and feeling the kettlebell swing in the correct muscles, right? So a lot of times when people start doing kettlebells, they use a lot of knees and a lot of vertical motion and a big gap between the kettlebell and the hips, right? So what we're trying to do is use the hinging movement, right? Okay, did you see how I did that? So the band goes through the handles of the kettlebell and then loops down around the horns, all right? And that creates a stable, secure connection right there. Okay, so I'm gonna take my light kettlebell, the weight is not significant here, and notice that the band is mounted beneath my knee, right, to the rig. Grab that kettlebell and I'm walking away, okay, until I can feel it really pulling its way into my hips. And then I'm gonna go to that hinge position. And this should replicate a good kettlebell swing bottom position, right? Notice that I do have to lean forward a little bit, but that my knees are not way forward like I'm doing a squat, right? My knees are back over my ankles, and then I'm gonna squeeze and stand tall, right? Bend those knees, flex the hips, hinge forward, squeeze and stand tall, right? And this is my kettlebell swing hinge drill. And then set it down when you're done, all right? And that will come into play later when we do our kettlebells. All right, so the workout of the day, we're doing 4 rounds through. The focus of the interval is this very, very short, but very, very high intensity 15-second sprint on the bike, 4 calories, right? So what we'll do is we'll start it, 3, 2, 1, go. You crank up your bike, right? And record calories at the end of 15 seconds, right? And just so we can standardize it, wherever your bike stops at, that's what you get to count, right? So if your bike still spins until the 20-second mark and 1 or 2 calories ticks up, take credit for those 2 calories, right? Because you put the energy into it, right? It wasn't like somebody else spun the bike up, right? So whenever the calories stop counting, that's the one that you get, right? And that's our score for today. You'll have 4 opportunities to score that one. All right, then you're gonna rest, and at the 2-minute mark, you will not be recovered, and that's okay, but we're gonna do some light, active recovery movements with a very moderate kettlebell, right? So it'll be some kettlebell snatches, some kettlebell squat cleans, some kettlebell single arm Russian swings, and then you're gonna rest until the 5-minute mark, okay? So 3 movements, 4, 6, 8 of each, okay? So 4 snatches, that's all the way overhead with the kettlebell. Then we're gonna do, obviously switch hands, do it with the opposite hand. Then 4 squat cleans, right? So jump, pull, catch it in the squat position, and then 8 single arm swings, okay? And if I was doing this, I would probably use a 26 or a 35-pound kettlebell, right? Because all we're trying to do is move. We're not trying to get a whole separate workout in addition to the sprint workout. We're just trying to move and do some functional activities in between our sprints, right? So every 5 minutes, start a 15-second sprint. After your sprint's over, do your little kettlebell complex. The rest of the workout is resting, all right? That's it for this Thursday. See you guys on Friday.